Like, he had a little okay roughed me up. It actually taught me
Really
a
likes
lot.
to brag about winning that. Do you think, no matter who won or got the better of or whatever, it's still sparring and it was years ago? Do you think any of that is relevant to what we'll see when they get in there?
I don't think it's relevant, but then again, you never know.
A leaked sparring video shows Rolly Romero dominating Ryan Garcia, reportedly knocking him down and roughing him up during the session. Romero claims he controlled the entire exchange, while Garcia admits it was a tough experience, but says it ultimately helped him grow as a fighter. He acknowledges that Romero's pressure and power forced him to adapt, which made him better in the long run. The footage has sparked debate among fans about Garcia's resilience and Romero's skill level.
Sparring video. Let's be honest.
Right.
And I don't know if you were 16, 17. I don't know.
17.
17, right?
Buck 30,
So
buck 25.
he used the hell out of that video.
He did. He roughed me up.
Why? It was.
That's why I give him credit.
Thank you.
Yeah, he didn't give me the thank you, but he said, if you fucked the finest bitch, you're going to tell everybody you fucked up. I'm like, bro, you crazy. But at the end of the day, he used it to his advantage. I'm not mad at him, but, I always wanted to put a stake into it and say, like, he had a little okay sparring match, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot, because I was sparking everybody out everywhere I went.
It's sparring.
Everybody. And in the Mayweather gym. That's why it was even hyped that day for it. So it taught me a lot on what people are going to try to do to me in the ring.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see what they're going to try to do.
It made you better.
Gervonta Davis has openly acknowledged Rolly Romero's exceptional punching power, stating that Romero is the hardest hitter he has ever faced in the ring. Davis mentioned that when Romero landed punches, it felt like being hit with a brick, highlighting the significant impact of Romero's strikes.
I don't want to say that's crazy, but yeah, hopefully, bro. Hopefully, but for the sake of Rolly, he pulled it off. But it's gonna be a good fight. No? You think? Huh?
Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody get knocked out.
Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both.
I ain't gonna lie, Cody and Ryan. They people be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously, I don't know how to say it, obviously. But yeah, if he don't got no chin down, so Rolly be getting caught, but Rolly can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. And he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in hood.
Is that the hardest one?
Like,
Is that the hardest one you faced throughout your whole career? Is that the hardest one?
who else? A squad that was like that was Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, and that guy, he get hit. Danny, what? He's Puerto Rican, huh?
Yeah,
Everything. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't touch me. He didn't touch me with nothing clean. But when he did touch me, he was like hitting your ass off the road. Like, boom, boom. He like, dang.
You think that Ryan's not back with Eddie Reynoso, obviously, Team Canelo? You think that's
Yeah, that's
why do you think that's going to be good for him?
He's around someone.
Biggest trainer.
Yeah, he's around someone that's great like Canelo, so he's gonna be able to feed off of him. Anytime you fit someone like around like other great people, it always rub off. You know what I mean? So I think that him being back with Team Canelo.
In addition to praising Romero, Gervonta Davis has expressed skepticism about Ryan Garcia's suitability for professional boxing. He publicly stated that Garcia shouldn't be a boxer, implying doubts about his dedication and overall skill set.
I don't think so, cause it's even just like me. I start watching his like interviews and things like that, just watching him as a person, like trying to get to know him. I just don't see it for him. Don't see it. Like, boxing on Instagram probably be cool, but not an actual fighter. Like, he should like train people or something like that. I don't know. I just don't see it for him.
As the match between Romero and Garcia approaches, a leaked sparring video has surfaced, showing Romero knocking down Garcia. Romero has been boasting about the incident, suggesting he can replicate the knockout in their official fight. While the video highlights Romero's power, it's important to remember that sparring sessions differ from actual matches, and both fighters have likely evolved since then.
And Rolly bullied him. Rolly bullied him to the point. Ryan was leaking. Go watch that sparring video. His power is definitely legit. Both of them.
He ain't no scrub.
But
You think he gonna be walking Garcia down all fight?
he definitely gonna be trying to. I'm saying Rolly Romero gonna go in this fight trying to bully him.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to come out fast because Ryan is not somebody you want to try to let get in the rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he got a good reach. You ain't trying to
Really
let
good
him keep
reach.
you let him keep him at distance. So he definitely got to close that distance all fight.
But in that sparring video, Rolly got hit with that left hook
Mm-hmm.
like 10 times,
He
and
really
that was
just
what
got
Head
dropped
get.
off on that left hook on his highlight tape. Really? He didn't get dropped, but he got, you know what I'm saying?
The history between Garcia and Romero adds another layer of intrigue to their upcoming bout, as past sparring sessions were reportedly one-sided, with Romero asserting dominance over Garcia. This experience could play a psychological role in the fight, with Romero entering the ring confident from their previous encounters, while Garcia may be driven to overcome his past
Ryan
shortcomings.
Garcia gotta redeem himself. He on that PED. He on the. Oh, really? What you think? Who gonna win? Rolly, Ryan Garcia? What's going on?
Well, when you look at these fighters' history, Rolly and Ryan, they have a big history. They actually sparred before. You can go watch their fight on YouTube.
Say he cloud chasing.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up?
I'm gonna be honest, man. When I watched the spar, Rolly was beating him, man. Ryan didn't have no answer for Rolly. If Ryan don't be aggressive in Rolly, I feel like Rolly is gonna take the fight to him, man.
Check this out. Yeah, Ryan Garcia winning, man. Simple. Rolly gonna have to get that smoke.
The significance of past sparring sessions between Garcia and Romero has been a topic of debate among boxing enthusiasts. Some argue that Romero's previous dominance could translate to the official fight, giving him a psychological advantage. Others contend that sparring outcomes don't necessarily predict actual fight results, as fighters often hold back or use the sessions to experiment with different techniques.
Sparring between these two, obviously I've seen the sparring. My personal opinion is that I don't really read into it all that much. I think that if you drop a guy in sparring, if you knock a guy out in sparring, if you force him to quit in sparring, then you might always have a part of you that feels like mentally you've got the upper hand on that man, having got the better of him before. But this spar in particular feels completely different to me. The circumstances are just so different because you haven't really bettered that man before, have you, if you're Rolly Romero? Like, I've watched that spar, as most of you guys have, and was it a one-sided beatdown? I didn't really think so. I thought it was a spar where one man was coming to spar in Ryan Garcia, and one man was coming to brawl. And remember, there is about a 3.5-year age gap between these two, so I believe at the time of the sparring that we've seen the footage of, Ryan Garcia's about 17, Romero's about 21. That's a big difference, you know. When it's between sort of 25 and 28, it isn't that big a difference, but yeah, 17 and 20 odd or 21, whatever it was, that's a big difference. That's a lot of man strength that Romero's going to have on his side, and for me, it looked like the cleaner work in the earlier rounds was coming from Ryan Garcia, and then I think in the later rounds, as you would expect, the older man got to him a little bit more. I find that of a lot of sparring partners, you know. I'll spar ABA champions and stuff like that, and they'll have quick starts against me where they're vastly more experienced than me, but in the later rounds I'll drag them a little bit deeper and I'll have more success. Those things can happen, and past Riyadh season cards have showed us, especially, you know, Daniel Dubois against Filip Hrgovic, that what happens in sparring doesn't always mean that much when it comes to what
Rolly
happens.
Romero has stated that he ended his beef with Ryan Garcia long ago and is now solely focused on their upcoming fight. He is determined to win and is dedicating all his efforts to preparing for the battle.
The thing with me and Ryan is, I done ended that beef long ago. Because I'll tell you guys all something. While everyone over there bullying and slandering the mother, the only one that defended him. Throughout all the fucking bullshit, who's the only one that defended him?
His mama.
No, me. The only fight I care about right now is Ryan Garcia. And then the winner between that and me and Ryan gets Gervonta Davis. We're going to do this all on pay-per-view, on Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to do this shit, all right? Like I said, at the end of it, I got the belt. I make the
Raleigh
shot.
Romero has stated that he ended his beef with Ryan Garcia long ago and is now solely focused on their upcoming fight. He is determined to win and is dedicating all his efforts to preparing for the bout.
Rolly Romero is going to be a big one. And sadly, it may destroy Devin Haney and Lomachenko, destroy their numbers. People love knockouts, and you know Rolly Romero versus King Ryan Garcia is going to get knocked out. And either way, if Rolly Romero were to knock out Ryan Garcia, that would be hysterical. Ryan Garcia, he knocks out Rolly Romero, he becomes like this superhero. Because the whole Tony Weeks, Barroso thing, okay, the press conference would be crazy. Don't forget, Rolly Romero versus Javante Tate for the Ryan Garcia fight. That was his biggest fight. He made for the biggest pay-per-view draw for Javante Tate. He's going to do the same. But don't forget, Javante Tate, him versus King Ryan Garcia, did make history. Both of them were in the ring that night. So people want to see how Ryan Garcia looks coming back.
The significance of the Garcia versus Romero fight is amplified by its grand stage in Times Square, New York. This iconic location underscores the event's importance in the boxing world, as only high-profile matchups receive such massive promotional attention. Times Square, known for its vibrant energy and global visibility, adds an extra layer of excitement and prestige to the bout. The choice of venue reflects the immense attention the fight has garnered and signals its potential to make a lasting impact on both fighters' careers. With such a high-profile setting, this fight is poised to capture the attention of fans worldwide.
Fight in Times Square, like literally in the middle of New York, in Times Square, like a little ring being there. Can you imagine that? Well, you don't have to imagine it more. Why? Because May 2nd, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero is official and it's taking place in Times Square. Oh, and I'm serious. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, Devin Haney versus Ramirez, and Teofimo versus Honor Barboza is now official for May 2nd in Times Square. Yes, in Times Square. I have so many questions. First of all, how are they going to do this? How are they going to pull this off? Are people going to be comfortable watching this? Are you going to charge? Is it going to be free? How is this happening? I have no clue. I have so many questions, zero answers, but on May 2nd, I will get my questions answered. Turkey Al Sheikh, Ring Magazine, they're the ones bringing this whole card to New York. This is going to be a great, great card. Let me know, what do you guys think about this? I personally think this card is going to be great. Say whatever you want about Rolly, but the man always knows how to entertain the crowd, whether that be press conference or whether that be the fight. But the man knows how to entertain. And Ryan Garcia, what I have to say about him after his fight against Devin Haney, I really don't have to say much. Let me know, what do you guys think about this?
Boxing trainer Jeff Mayweather has shared his perspective on the upcoming fight between Garcia and Romero. While many consider Garcia the superior fighter, Mayweather sees a real opportunity for Romero and plans to cheer him on. He acknowledges Romero's potential to pull off an upset and emphasizes his belief in the underdog's chances. Mayweather also notes that sparring results don't always reflect the outcome of an actual fight, highlighting the unpredictability of boxing. He believes the match could unfold in unexpected ways, and that Romero's determination and style may prove to be more than Garcia can handle, making this a thrilling and uncertain contest.
Do you think those accurately reflect the possibilities of who's going to win this fight?
That's possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Ryan is more proven. Ryan is, I mean, most people feel that he's the better fighter. But I think Rolly has a great chance. I mean, he definitely has a puncher's chance. I mean, he can punch, and I'm gonna be, and I'll probably be cheering for Rolly. I mean, because he's kind of like a home guy for me. You know, because I mean, I don't know Ryan that well, but I've been watching him. And Ryan's, you don't know what Ryan is going to show up though.
Well, they famously sparred at the Mayweather gym a few years ago.
Yeah.
Really likes to brag about winning that. Do you think, no matter who won or got the better of or whatever, it's still sparring and it was years ago? Do you think any of that is relevant to what we'll see when they get in there?
I don't think it's relevant, but then again, you never know because, I mean,
I mean, Ryan and Devin Haney. I mean, they fought each other, 6 times, amateurs. But, on fight night, I mean, you saw that Ryan kind of like just took the play from Devin. He never could really get back on